I just want to make this video just saying thank you to The Weeknd, thank you to Abel for just putting out just such amazing music, for putting out this fucking banger of an album. Thank you. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I was not much of a music listener for the longest freaking time. I really did not like listening to music. I didn't sit down and just like, in my free time just lay in bed, listen to music. I didn't really, listen to music while playing games. I wouldn't even really put music on in the car sometimes. I would put on like a podcast or like I would have a YouTube video playing in the background. Like I never really liked listening to music. But that all changed when I got introduced to a single artist. Or I shouldn't say introduced, but when I kind of got more into the music of a specific artist. And by the title of this video, you probably know who I'm talking about. Mr. Abel Tesfaye, aka The Weeknd. This is easily one of my favorite artists of all time. In fact, no, he is my favorite artist of all time. Who am I fucking kidding? And yes, I'm going to do a little bit of glazing in this video. I don't give a fuck. Go ahead and bully me for it. But The Weeknd is an artist that, for the longest time, I actually had a very interesting relationship with. Not like, I didn't actually talk to The Weeknd, obviously. Don't take it like that. But it was an artist that I actually started off not really liking. You see, the thing is, when I was younger, when I was probably back in like 2012 or whenever his first two songs, like Can't Feel My Face and The Hills, were kind of blowing up, I really did not care for The Weeknd. I remember just being like, ugh, these songs are so like sexually explicit, or like, ugh, this guy talks about like drugs and stuff, and like, oh, because I kind of like Selena Gomez at the time, like, oh, this guy's dating Selena Gomez, oh, and then he like broke up with her, like, what the fuck? I just did not like The Weeknd for the longest fucking time. Don't ask me why. I mean, I just kind of told you why, but like, I don't know. I just really did not like him for a longest portion of time. But eventually, my mind changed when he dropped After Hours. And I know there's a lot of people that are like, oh, if you hopped on during After Hours, you're not a real fan. Blah, blah, blah. I don't give a fuck. I do not give the slightest fuck as to what you have to say. I don't care. After Hours is where I really first got into music, just in general. Like, don't take it like, oh, I never listened to music before, because I would listen to music, but I never sat down and listened to a whole album of any artist prior to this. I didn't even really know how albums and like EPs and any of that shit works. Like, I still don't really know what an EP is. I know, go ahead and bully me for that. I just didn't really sit down and listen to music like that. It just wasn't really my thing for the longest time. And The Weeknd was the changing point for that. And of course, I mean, you can probably guess, since I said After Hours, Blinding Lights was the song that kind of sold me. It was just a really good sounding song, and I really fucking loved it. I would love hearing it whenever it came on the radio. It was just a good song. I don't know why, but one day curiosity got the best of me, and I decided, I'm gonna go on Spotify, which, again, I didn't even really use Spotify all too much, like, back then. It was just kind of like, oh, I would listen to, like, certain songs that I thought were, like, kind of good on the radio, and then, like, certain, like, anime openings and shit. Like, that's kind of what I would use Spotify for. And podcasts, like I said. So, this was kind of like the first time I was really checking out an album. And so, I went and I checked out After Hours, and sure enough, I listened to pretty much all of After Hours in like a day or two, which, for some people it's like, oh, you can literally do it in one sitting. And yeah, I have done it in one sitting now, like nowadays. But back then, I remember just sitting in, I think I was in the drive-thru for Wendy's, and I was sitting there just kind of listening to like parts of After Hours. Like, I remember listening to like Faith and like Snow Child for the very first time, and I'm like, damn, these songs are like really good. Like, why is this not getting played on the radio? And then I remember getting home, and the situation I kind of described earlier of like laying in bed listening to music, I decided to do that as well. And that's when I found two of my favorite Weeknd songs of all time. And I know one of them is kind of overrated at this point, that being Save Your Tears. And I'm just like, oh my god, like, why is this song not getting played on the radio? The song is so freaking good. Like, what is going on? And my other favorite, which this one is like, it's actually, I'm pretty sure, one of the lowest played songs from After Hours, being In Your Eyes. I could be wrong on that. Actually, yeah, no, I think I am wrong on that, because I actually just got 2 billion streams, or 1 billion streams not too long ago. But anyway, my point stands, like, by the way, that's my favorite Weeknd song of all time, In Your Eyes. I just think that song is so fucking good. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is that, like, After Hours was just the first time I really sat down and really just appreciated music. Music that I didn't really hear on the radio. Music that just never got the chance to, have its time on the radio. And I don't know. It's just mind-blowing to me how much good music is out there that just you don't hear, like, every single day. It's crazy. It sounds really stupid. It's like, holy shit, like Default, like, buddy, what are you doing? You're not going out and like listening to new music, like whenever like a new album drops or whatever. Yeah, no, I wasn't at the time. I really wasn't. I would just kind of like whatever was on the radio. Oh, that's all I hear. I don't listen to anything else. And it's just like, wow, I was missing out. I really was. But that's when I got sold on The Weeknd. The Weeknd was just an artist that I really appreciated the music of. I thought it was so fucking good. I went back and I would listen to some of his older songs. Or at the time, I was in a relationship and we kind of actually bonded over one of the songs that I actually just mentioned, In Your Eyes. And that person got me into more of The Weeknd, like some of the older songs. Like some of the songs of Starboy, which at that point in time, the only song I really knew from Starboy, well, I guess two, was Starboy itself, and then what was the other song? It's the other song that Daft Punk is on. I'm blanking on it at the moment in time. I guess I'm a fake Weeknd fan, but yeah, no, those were like the only few songs I really knew from Starboy at that point in time. And so I got put on all these other, Weeknd songs that just like, I never would have heard. There was Die For You, Love to Lay, just so many other songs. And like, not even just on that, like, even on some of the older albums, like Life of the Party from, I want to say it was Thursday, if I'm correct. And all those, it's just like, wow, I was really missing out on this good music. But like I said, after, more and more time went on, I just really came to appreciate The Weeknd so much more and more and more. And then a year or two later, of me being in my relationship, that's when The Weeknd drops Dawn FM, which, Dawn FM, really, really good album. I still would say After Hours is my favorite album of all time, which it might be because I have that little bias because that's when I first started listening to The Weeknd. But I just think After Hours is just the most consistent album dropped by The Weeknd. And you can disagree with me if you'd like. And in fact, let me know down below, what's your favorite Weeknd album? But yeah, Dawn FM, just, I remember sitting in the car listening to it, and like, there were certain songs that like, I remember listening the first time to Gasoline, and I'm like, ew, I do not like how this song sounds. Like, I do not like his vocals on this song. He's like, it's 5 a.m. Like, I don't know, it's a very monotone voice he does, and I'm just like, I don't like this. But then even that song, over time, I listened to it more and more and more and more and more. And I grew to really love the song. I don't hate Gasoline anymore. In fact, I love that song. I love a lot of Dawn FM. I would say the weakest parts of Dawn FM, not that this is like a video where I'm ranking like, Weeknd songs and stuff like that, which I'll talk about later on. I just really grew to really like Dawn FM other than like the features, which I just recently re-listened to all of Dawn FM, and I changed my mind on the features too. The features I actually don't mind as much. I thought that they would be a lot worse, but like, I don't know, I don't end up hating these features anymore. Dawn FM dropping, and then even like some of the singles that would drop later on, like you had like Popular, you had a bunch of other ones. I'm trying to think. Like, obviously you had you had not Dancing in the Flames. Well, yeah, Dancing in the Flame came on like last year, and Timeless, and all these other ones, all these other Weeknd songs, even like his features on like Juice WRLD's album, like Smile, just so many freaking songs that The Weeknd would do. I would just, I'd be like, this song's a banger. Like, any song that had him on it, I was like, certified banger. I love this song. Then I heard, and I only really found this out recently, that The Weeknd is just, he's done with the name The Weeknd. He's going to go to Abel, or like Abel Tesfaye, however, whatever his rebrand may be. And I'm just like, wow. My goat is like quitting music. This sucks. I mean, not completely. At least I'm assuming not completely. I don't know the whole situation completely. So I don't know. If you guys want to, inform me in the comment section, definitely let me know. Because as far as I'm aware, I think he's just dropping the name The Weeknd, and he's gonna continue making music as Abel, which is pretty cool. Because I didn't even really know until like again recently, but The Weeknd just was like a persona of his, which I didn't know. I just thought it was like his stage name that he just kind of went by. I didn't know it was a character. So yeah, I know. Go ahead and call me a fake fan. But seriously though, when I kind of found that out, I was just like really sad. I'm like, damn, dude, this is it. And then next thing you know, Hurry Up Tomorrow is getting teased. Hurry Up Tomorrow is like the last album by The Weeknd, and I'm like, shit, man. I don't know how I'm gonna feel. This is gonna be sad, man. And then sure enough, Hurry Up Tomorrow, it drops, and it's a banger. I love this album. I really, really do. I love the beginning of it. I love the middle. Well, the middle I'm a little bit mixed on. Maybe I'll talk about it at some point later. And then the end is just like, it's so fucking good. It's so good. It's just really, it's so awesome. It's so awesome how much effort and work he put into this like album, because you could really tell, you really can. And like even when he has like the third, I want to say the third song, but it's not technically a song. It's like, I guess it'd be the third track where he's like, I can't fucking sing, I can't sing. And it's like, you know, from when he was like at California and his like voice, like he lost his voice during the performance. Like I can only imagine how awful that must have felt for him, because, you know, I'm sure there's some people who are like, oh well, you know, he still made his money from it, blah blah blah. Like, no, like this guy clearly loves his fans. He does. And it's just, it's crazy to me, man. It is. And like, even when I got my signed stuff, I was so surprised by how cheap it was. It was just, it's crazy. Like, The Weeknd is just such a cool dude and like such a good artist. I mean, I don't know him personally, but like, just based on what I've seen online, he just seems like such a cool dude. Or at least, maybe I shouldn't say The Weeknd, but Abel himself. Like, just seems like such a cool guy. And just, the music he's made just really helped me out throughout the years. And like, even though I'm not in my relationship anymore, I'm not. And I'll hear certain songs from him, and it really, I don't want to say it strikes a chord. I don't want to say it like that. But it's just been so connected to me that's like, I'll hear Save Your Tears, and it's just like, I can't save my tears, buddy. My tears are coming down my face already. It's like, so it just, yeah, The Weeknd just really became a huge part of my life. And I want to say thank you to The Weeknd. Like, dude, you put out so much good music. I still am here listening to some of your older songs that I just haven't even gotten the chance to listen to still. And that's what I want to talk about next, is, while I haven't listened to all of his older music, I have listened to a lot of it. I want to listen to more of it. And I actually came up with a fun series idea that I'm going to do on my YouTube channel, which, if you're watching this on TikTok, go check out my YouTube channel. It's going to be in my channel description on TikTok. But I decided I want to do a series where I'm going to go through, and I'm going to go through the entire discography of The Weeknd. And I'm going to go through every single album. I'm going to listen to every single song. And we're just going to rank the songs, and we're going to rank the albums. And at the end of the day, we'll rank all the albums after I've ranked all the songs, and just kind of do like an average and be like, okay, this is where this album stands, this is where that album stands. Just because it's like a fun thing. It's not like that serious. Like, if I don't like My Dear Melancholy as much as like House of Balloons or, you know, Thursday or whatever album it may be, like, it's not that deep. It's just a fun little thing I want to do. But, you know, The Weeknd has just become such an important part of my life that, like, I just feel like I kind of like owe it to him. And I really want to do this as like a proper send-off, because I fucking love The Weeknd. And even though my YouTube channel has kind of been like an anime channel as of lately, I don't give a shit. I do what I want on my YouTube channel. I don't care. So that's what the plan is. I just want to make this video just saying thank you to The Weeknd. Thank you to Abel for just putting out just such amazing music. For putting out this fucking banger of an album. Thank you. Thank you so much. And it just, your music motivates me every single day, man. I love your music. I know I'm glazing really hard, but I don't care. It's true. But anyway, guys, let me know what your favorite Weeknd song is in the comment section below, because I'd really love to know. And if I made any mistakes in this video information-wise, feel free to correct me down below as well. Like, I'm not going to be offended by any criticism. But yeah, that's all I want to say. I will catch you guys next time. Stay tuned for my streams on Wednesdays at 11 a.m. EST, because that is when I'm going to be doing it. I'm going to be doing it on twitch.tv/DefaltEVM, so please go check it out. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Keep it virtual. Peace.